Sean Diddy Combs is now facing 6 more lawsuits spanning 2 decades. Awful allegations, including some coming in from a man who says he was 16 at the time of the alleged incident, which occurred at one of Combs's Hampton white parties. Another accuser is also bringing in evidence. None of this looks good. Welcome to Popcorn Planet's Diddygate coverage. I am Andy Signore, and I'm here to summarize the 6 new lawsuits that have been dropped from Tony Busby, the attorney who says he has over 120 accusers. He finally filed his first 6. Now, none of these contain celebrities, but it still contains awful allegations, and I want to make sure we're recapping these for you so we can all keep up to date with the amount. There's going to be a lot of these, so we will be breaking them down for you. In fact, we'll be going through them in more detail later today during our live. So make sure if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, click that all. So that way, when you get the alerts, click the thumbs up, leave a comment. It helps the algorithm make sure you get the videos and others can see the severity of this case as it moves forward. Now, yes, 6 new lawsuits. Diddy's lawyers have responded. They fired back at Busby saying he just wants publicity. His defense team really kind of sucks. What I thought we would do is just give you a broad recap of these 6 accusers and their lawsuits. And then later today, we'll go into more detail along with other Diddy news. So let's go through it. The first complaint, the lawsuit comes in from 2004, a 19-year-old Jane Doe who was invited to a photo shoot promoting The Band by Sean Combs. She was later invited and then taken to a hotel. At the party, Miss Doe and her friend were suddenly grabbed by security and taken to a separate room. She asked him where they were going, and the guard responded, "You know what you were here for." Now, I'm going to get into more details, but just pardon the way I'm speaking. I have to speak in a certain way to avoid certain labels of this video. So apologies in advance. We'll go through in more detail later today, like I said in the live, but I'm going to try to explain the best I can without YouTube punishing this video. Here we go. It gets more extreme, so warning. After Doe and her friend were taken to the bedroom, security guard left and locked the door. Combs was in a room and pressured her and her friend to consume substances and became more aggressive. He demanded that Jane Doe's friend perform on him as he would have them both if they didn't. He then turned to Miss Doe and forced her to, do that under the threat of bad stuff. He then basically did it anyway and SA'd her. Combs then continued to A her until a security guard interrupted. Combs then left the room but told Miss Doe to stay, otherwise she would be. About a half hour of sitting in the dark room by herself, another security guard came and told her that she could leave. She left immediately. Now, what's interesting about this case is there's clearly a friend who can also back up the incident. There are security guards, which if they know and they aren't saying anything, shame on them. They clearly now are complicit. They helped Diddy do it. So it makes sense why they're now trying to lie, but shame on them. I hope some of these guards wise up and actually do the right thing here to put him away. They still are guilty, but I'd be more, slightly empathetic, if you will, if they finally come forward and tell the truth so we can put Diddy away and prove it. Now, the second case comes in, and there's actually an image that we're going to get to in a second. John Doe worked for the Royal Reigns Management, a prestigious company, and Doe's industry connections. He gained access to parties associated with Combs and Bad Boy Entertainment. Now, in October of 2021, Combs' businesses picked up Doe from the airport and took him where the party was to take place. Plaintiff was immediately offered what he was told was a substance. He refused, but had one drink. Doe soon became disoriented and the room started spinning. He tried to leave, but a male voice told him to hold on, and he promised to help him. The next thing Doe remembers is him being in a bedroom, unable to move, speak, or fight back. Multiple men began to be there with him, doing things. Doe distinctly recalls seeing Combs above him without clothes at one point. Doe believes he was aided by at least 3 men as he could feel the difference from them each. Now, this guy also brought evidence here This was what he alleged photograph of an exemplary container used by Combs and his agents to insert the GHB into alcoholic drinks is seen below. Now, yeah, that's not helpful. Now, I don't know if this is something he got from the day. How would he have seen it afterwards? This is something he's showing to sort of show as an example of what it could have been, but still like effective to see this and realize, oh my God, this is so dark what they're doing, how intense this actually is. Yeah, they're even trying to include their own evidence. All right, now here we go. This is case 3, 2008. John Doe worked as an advisor for Echo Clothing around the time that Sean John was hitting peak popularity. Doe had met Combs several times in connection with the clothing line. Both lines were carried by Macy's. Doe was in the stockroom at a Macy's flagship store in Manhattan when Combs and 3 bodyguards entered. Doe was hit hard around the base of the neck, possibly with a pistol. He fell to his hands and knees, looked up and saw the bodyguards were armed. Multiple voices called out things like, "I will K you." Combs approached and said, "S my D, Echo." He was then forced to do so. He made derogatory comments like, "You like that white boy?" After he was finished, Combs threw plaintiff's head aside and said the words of effective, "Shut up or I'll K you." Combs proceeded to gather Sean John merchandise from the stockroom, headed out to the Macy's retail floor where he began passing out merchandise to an adoring crowd. Doe reported this to Macy's security and was told someone would speak with him, but no one did. 3 weeks later, the CEO of Macy's pressured Echo executives to fire Doe, as they had just signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Sean John. Doe is informed and believes that the report of the incident was destroyed or otherwise purged from Macy's records. Now, that's intense to think that Macy's was in on this. And there it is. Organization John Doe's at Macy's, Inc. Damn. 4th incident coming in. Here it is. The 4th one in 2006. John Doe accepted a last-minute job at Combs's East Hampton property, which he believed was hosting an exclusive white party for a large, affluent crowd. As the event progressed, Combs targeted Doe and provided him with 2 alcoholic drinks throughout the night. After consuming the second drink, Doe began to feel extremely ill. Combs approached him again and was forcibly pushed into an open van by Combs. My God, if this is true, just like the amount of like people involved in doing this, right? Doe was held down and overpowered. He struggled to escape. Combs then proceeded to R him while dismissing plaintiff's pleas for help by repeatedly saying, "You'll be all right." Afterwards, he left the plaintiff in the van and proceeded back to the party. Plaintiff struggled to leave the parties, but was disoriented. Doe finally managed to leave the scene and return home. He informed his supervisor of the incident. Again, that's what's also troubling about all these accusations. Everyone's reporting it, but then the reports go unfollowed up. Someone kills these reports. 5th case. This is now around June 1995. Jane Doe attended a promotional party at Elks Plaza in New York City for the music video "One More Chance" by Biggie Smalls. While Doe was dancing with friends, Combs approached her and asked to speak with her privately. Once alone in a bathroom, Combs unexpectedly began kissing her. She asked him to slow down, thinking they were there to talk, but he became more aggressive and forced it. She then fell disoriented, where Combs then did it again. Similar to the video of Cassie, that's what we're implying here. Sorry if I can't specifically say it out loud. Combs then lifted it all up and R'd her while she laid on the floor. Afterwards, Combs threatened her, "You better not tell anyone about this or you will disappear." Quote. Combs left the bathroom, abandoning her in a state of shock, fear, and shame, as well as pain. She gathered her strength and left the party. 6th case. Now, this is the one I told you about in the beginning. This is John Doe. 16, received an invite to one of Combs's parties in the Hamptons. He made his way through the crowd towards the restroom. He unexpectedly bumped into Combs. Doe took a picture with Combs at the party. They walked to a more private area near the portable restrooms brought for the party. There, John Doe told Combs he was a big fan and shared his dreams of becoming a star. Combs abruptly instructed John to drop it and expose so he could inspect it. explaining it was the rite of passage and that the route to becoming a star and also as a way to prove himself. Don't you want to break into the business? Out of fear, he then did it. Combs moved closer and did more than inspect it. Combs abruptly then let go and told him that his people would be in touch. Because of Combs' power and notoriety, plaintiff was afraid to report what had happened. So look, again, serious allegations seemingly would be witnesses around these incidents. We can't assume they're all 100% factual, but given what we're learning about Diddy, it sure sounds that way. And that's what Tony Busby's saying as well. I have a clip right here.
There's an overarching theme here, as you probably can see, which is basically Sean Combs feels like he can do whatever he wants.
Combs' legal team have not commented on the latest string of suits.
They have. I'm going to show you that in the end.
Which were the first from Texas attorney Tony Busby, who claims Diddy won't be the only celebrity named in future lawsuits.
Certainly, there will be people named in these suits that will raise some eyebrows.
Last week, a federal...
So here's what Diddy actually says regarding these cases. Diddy's legal team is pushing back. Attorneys tell TMZ the press conference and 800 number that preceded today's barrage of filings were clear attempts to garner publicity. Reference to Busby, who says he's representing 120 alleged victims. I mean, sure, that's part of winning a case, though. And I don't think this guy, who's a legit guy, is going to risk his whole career if he didn't have legit things coming in. Now, Diddy's legal team says in court the truth will prevail, that Mr. Combs has never essayed anyone, adult, of any age, man or woman. So, yeah, looking forward to that day in court. We will see what happens. Excuse me. But yes, 4 of the accusers were men. 1 was 16, 2 females. As we showed you those details. Oh, look at this guy. We're going to be talking about him again this week. Stay tuned. You're not going to miss that video. I got to talk to some lawyers before I make that video. So like I said, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that bell for all alerts. Smash that all when you hit the bell. Smash that like when you get those notifications, and leave your comments down below what you think. Look, it's hard to just believe all people that come forward, because there's going to be some people who are going to just try to get a payday. It's true. However, what we've seen in that video with Diddy and what we're learning, what we heard Usher admit to at those tapes, there's a lot of reasons to just not buy this, Diddy's response. He's going to have to defend himself pretty vigorously to break this. And the silence from all the celebrities is deafening. Typically, celebrities, if they were confident, no way, Diddy's a great guy, we would support. There's not a word. Nobody wants to support this man right now because they know, oh, damn. And that Cassie video proved it. He lied about it. So if he can lie about that, what else is he lying about? He's lost all credibility now. That's the problem. That's why when he made that statement about Cassie and everything else after settling, it's disgusting. So yeah, I tend to believe these accusers more than not. We shall see. We will keep you updated. Make sure you join us later today during our live. We also have some more videos you're not going to miss, so stay tuned. Click on these. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below.